What is going on, everybody? It's Reefly here. Welcome back to Reefly's anime reviews and discussions. Last time I reviewed Trigun, which was an older anime. It's not really old, but one of the older ones I've reviewed, and it was pretty solid. But this time I'm going back to another romantic comedy anime, which I do a lot of these, but it's probably one of my favorite genres in the genre. I don't know, I always prefer lighthearted stuff compared to stuff that's really heavy. But that's just how I am. I had a weird voice crack right there. I don't know why. But the anime is My Teen Romantic Comedy Snafu. Specifically season 1 I'll be talking about. So this anime, like its title suggests, is a romantic comedy, and it's also a drama. I would say that for sure. So a rom-com drama. But it centers around a group of students, basically, who, who are in this club, the Service Club, and the Service Club helps people with problems and all that. But people in the club have their own problems, and it's kind of how things get going. But the main character is Hachimen Hikigawa, who is the main male lead, and he reluctantly has to basically join this club because the professor, teacher, sensei, makes him join it, and Hikigawa, or Hiki for short, for one character, I guess. But Hikigawa is one of the most unique kind of male characters and kind of this genre. Because he's not your typical, like, always kind of, like, happy and always trying to be friendly with everybody. He's not like that at all. He is very pessimistic, and he thinks everybody's a hypocrite, basically, and he just likes to be by himself, and he doesn't want to be with other people. That makes sense. He's a very unique character, and he's at first, honestly, when I first watched this anime a few years ago, I really did not like him, but by the end of the first season, like, I would say I really liked him by the end of it. Because definitely the first, like, episode or two, you're, like, if you're not used to this anime, like, he could come off a little strong, but you kind of see why he is the way he is, and he's a really good character, and yeah, he's unique, and it really helps set this anime apart. The other characters are Yukino Shida, and all of these three characters I noticed while I was watching this anime again have the exact same first letter in both her first and last names. It's just weird. And Yukino is basically the leader and head of the club, and she was the only member before Hikigawa shows up. But she's very much similar to Hikigawa, but not as pessimistic, I would say. She's very intelligent, and so is Hikigawa. He's very intelligent. And she's from a wealthy family, and there's a lot going on with her, I'll say that. Yeah, and then lastly, God, I keep getting crap in my throat. And lastly, the last person to basically join the club is Yui Yugihama, and she's very opposite of both Yukino and Hikigawa. She is very outgoing, energetic. She's not the brightest bulb, but she's not dumb, I would say. She's very cheerful, and she likes to hang out with people and have friends. She's very different than the rest of the characters. And she's probably my favorite character. Maybe because I just like her, you know, like because I just like her, okay? um but yeah, she actually I'll just save that for later. But so these three basically join this or form this club, and they get requests from other students who need help with just random projects or something they need help with. Yui is the first one to get help, and she just wants to learn how to cook or something like that. But she eventually joins them. But just things like they help. They help out this guy with reading, or like reading his like manga he wrote or something like that. Like some of the stuff is not like all that amazing, but there's definitely situations where they get help, where somebody asks for help, and it can be pretty complex, and they deal with it in a very unique way. And Hikigawa has his own way of doing things that is not what you typically expect from a person, and it kind of bugs a lot of people, but you can also tell he's doing it for a good reason. But pretty much that's how the anime is. Just the basic first season is kind of just them helping out these students while kind of getting to know each other a little more, and a lot of these characters are connected, like have secrets and are connected in some ways that I think a few of them get revealed in season 1. But really, like with like it says in this title, it's a romantic comedy also, and I guess really I wouldn't honestly like season 1. There's like some slight hints of like some romantic stuff going on. Like there's basically a love triangle, I mean, as you would expect, but really Yukino isn't too involved a lot of the time. It's basically Yui and Hikigawa, because Yui you can kind of tell pretty close, or pretty like probably by episode 2 that she might like Hikigawa. And they have an interesting relationship, and all three of these characters kind of develop a bit in season 1, and they change. In season 2, they develop and change even more. Yeah, I would say Yui overall in season 1, she like changes the most compared to all the characters, and that's part of the reason why I really like her. And also she's the best. I'll just say it right now. She's the best. But yeah, she's just like, if they didn't have Yui as a character, I think something would be missing with this anime. But with Yui being in there, like it definitely like kind of brightens up things. And like if we had like 3 Hachimans or 3 Yukinos in the group, it'd kind of be boring, and you'd be like, everybody just shut up and quit being so unfriendly or pessimistic and everything. It'd just be too much. But find a good way of balancing everything. And yeah, I should point out that this anime it can be very funny at time. Like if you just kind of listen to Hikigawa kind of go off in his little rant at times while people are talking, he says some pretty hilarious things, and overall it's a really funny show. and there's a lot. The drama's good because there's a lot of drama, especially later on in the season. It has some fast subtitles if you're watching the the sub version. So it can kind of be hard to keep up, but that's basically because of the way the main characters talk. They speak pretty quickly, so you're gonna have to keep up. And I think season 2 is even a more worse offender of that. And I also think season 2 has, at times, a bad translation, which doesn't really help. But yeah, what else? What else did I want to point out? Yeah, Yui's the best. I'm just gonna put up a whole bunch of images of Yui because she's the best. Yeah, I just want to emphasize that, like I said, all of these characters are very, I would say, not overall, like I would say Hikigawa is unique. The other two are not the most unique and like different characters compared to other anime, but they develop in ways that you don't see in a lot of other anime in this kind of genre. Yeah. Hikigawa is just an interesting character. But yeah, so season 1 is it's good. It is very good. I'm sure you'll enjoy it if you watch it. I'd probably give it a like 8.5 out of 10. It's a very solid first season for the anime. But season 2, I'll say it right now, season 2 is fantastic, and it just kind of adds on to what happens in season 1, and kind of goes off of all the storylines from that, and all the characters kind of grow as characters in season 2, and a lot of stuff happens in season 2, but it still keeps the core kind of like formula of what makes this show good. But improves upon it in a lot of ways. It's really, really good. And I'll review that at some point. But it was my second favorite anime from 2015. The second season was. So you could kind of expect it's going to be pretty high up. Yeah, so that is my teen romantic comedy, Snafu. It is very, very good. It's a pretty popular manga, I believe, over in Japan. I think it's one of the best-selling ones. I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. I've seen news about it and everything. But yeah, it's really good. I'd highly recommend. I know it has a weird title, but it is one of the better animes in this genre you can watch for sure. And like I said, season 2 gets even better. Yeah. So before I kind of wrap things up, I just wanted to touch on something. Since I'm going to try, I just want to kind of get some feedback about what you like about my anime reviews and discussions and what you would like to see change. Because I'm planning on very soon, if not in the next episode of this, to kind of change things up a bit and kind of I want to say put more time into each episode, but I am very lazy, so I can't promise that. But I want to see what you guys would like to see change. Would you like to see like shorter episodes? Would you like to see longer episodes? Would you want me to do more editing in the video itself by making sure the images match up with what I'm talking about? Because I did do that the first few episodes that I did of this, but that's a lot of work, and it's hard finding a lot of images for some of these anime that fit what I'm talking about. I've also been trying to kicking around the idea of including clips into this, because I mean, I really don't care about monetizing these videos at this point, because I don't expect to really make money off of these. So if I get a copyright claim or whatever on stuff, it won't bother me unless like nobody can watch it. But if people can still watch it, I'd be willing to put in like clips and stuff to these animes. So let me know what you want, because currently I'm thinking of including clips throughout, and kind of changing up the formula a little bit, and I'm planning on trying to shorten these a little more. I mean, between like 8 to 12 minutes is where I kind of want to hit it, hit the sweet spot for these, because I've been noticing I've been going on a little longer than usual. Like usually these have been like 20 minutes, and that's a little too long, I think. But let me know if you guys have any feedback about what you would like to see change, and I'll say like the next few episodes of this, I'm gonna be playing around with some ideas, and if you send feedback, I'll make sure to try to include it in future parts. But I might even, like, because I haven't edited Trigun yet at this point, or kind of put the video together, so I might even just do it for that, just to test it out. Or I might even just do it for this. But like I said, let me know in the comments if what you would like to see change, or what you have liked about my reviews so far. And watch my teen romantic comedy Snafu. It's really good. Season 2 is fantastic. There's a PlayStation Vita game. I just read that right here. I wouldn't mind playing that. But yeah, that should wrap everything up. I know this is a pretty long part, but I kind of had to talk about the changes coming up. And I'm going to try to stay away from romantic comedies for a bit. Like, I'm trying to like balance it out, but it's hard, because it's hard to find a good action anime a lot of the time, because there's only like 4 or 5, honestly, that are worth watching, really. I guess well, not worth watching, but I'll just shut up. See you later. I don't know why I'm going on a tangent right now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you around in the next review.